什么时候要结婚生小孩？生活在一起最受不了对方哪个习惯？交台湾女友和之前的欧洲女友有什么不同的地方？不同。Wow, this is actually a really good question though. Happy New Year! 默契。
You said Chinese, no? 新年快乐。
新年快乐
Welcome to the year of the dragon and officially the second year of me and Minthia living together here in Taiwan. 1 year ago, she said that if we cannot survive 1 year living together, we were gonna break up.
Yeah, I mean, like, if we cannot even live together, how can we be able to go to the next step of our life?
But that's not what we're here to talk about today, because today we are answering your questions from Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Mark really? Yes, what is he saying?
他说瑞典文化跟台湾文化最不一样的地方是什么？
I think like our life in this apartment isn't necessarily like the typical Taiwanese life.
I feel like Taiwanese culture, we come along with family. We are not close physically, but it's more like we would plan things together. They would want to go to Costco and they would ask her if we want to go together. You know, which is like, I think it's just much easier to do this in Taiwan than Sweden.
Yeah, that's a whole other type of family trip though. It's like a whole day at Costco and it's like our freezer is like full for 3 months and then we go to Costco again.
I mean, you tell me 啊，你去 Costco 的话，当然就是要把冰箱填满，不然我们去 Costco 干嘛？对吧，大家？
Yeah, but it's like I can't imagine my mom would call me like, hey, I'm gonna go to ICA supermarket. Do you want to come? Let's go and shop together. You know. Yeah, I think might be the biggest difference.
There's a few questions people ask so much, you know. And okay, the first one is 吵架怎么和好？请问最常因为什么问题吵架？互相不能忍受的坏习惯 ？How we fight?
Fighting,
and then, what we are fighting for? 为什么大家这么希望我们吵架呢？
Like 1 year ago, a lot of you guys were already asking this like our first week. And I feel like our first week or maybe like our first couple of weeks, that was like the most tension that we had. Because that's when you're like, oh my God, like don't dare to do this, you know? So like after we passed that first couple of weeks, it's like we already know what is allowed and not allowed in this apartment.
Yeah.
What was your expectations and what's the reality?
My expectation was actually pretty low.
But like overall fighting, like this year, honestly, I have to say has been surprisingly 平安.
和平.
和平.
I know.
Surprisingly 和平.
It's more like I didn't know that you care about. For example, Lukas is care about like tissues. 卫生纸.
Oh my God. So this is like what I see right now. That's the camera, and there's like tissues. It's like tissues everywhere. Used tissues everywhere.
等一下，听我讲。
Everywhere.
You come from you give me the mug, and I was drinking water, and I realized there's a lot of water outside of it, and I used the tissue to clean it. Over the table, gonna be so.
I don't know. I just imagine people have been like wiping the nose and you're like.
No, but it's not always the tissue is not always used for your nose. Like it could be on clean the table. It could be on pick something up from the ground.
Yeah.
吵架的画面，你们这样可以接受吗？
And I should also mention that I think because I work from home, you don't really have a normal 9 to 5 job. So like we're both at home a lot. I would actually give ourselves a little bit of credit because during like this first year of living together, like we have been together like 2 or maybe even 3 years worth of like normal relationships. If you have if both people have 9 to 5 jobs, they go home, they watch like 1 hour like Lukas Engström YouTube videos, and then they go to sleep. So I'm very proud of how well this has gone actually. Should also mention that it has been very well designed. Like for example, like our apartment itself is like spacious enough, so like we're never really like in each other's way. And then also like of course we have all these amazing things in the apartment, like we have a dishwasher, we have a dryer, and then of course also the sponsor of today's video, Emma. That's right, not only is it our 1 year anniversary of living together here in an apartment, it is also our 1 year anniversary of Emma mattress. And although Emma offers 100 nights sleep guarantee, we of course want to use our mattresses way longer than the first 100 nights. So I thought, let's do a 12-month review and see how well we actually enjoy this mattress now, 1 year later.
1年前呢，Emma 的团队来帮我们安装之后啊，这个床我们几乎每天都睡，然后这个床的支撑度完全没有改变。像有些床会越睡越软 ，you know， So it's hard to get out of the bed. And one more thing, he always sleep on that side. I'm always sitting on this side. He's like twice heavier than me. And then it's just like the same, you know?
Point?
Point is, the support is good.
I support this comment.
还有那个枕头的部分，这个枕头的支撑度也超好的。我之前习惯会侧睡，所以我会需要比较高的枕头。但在这一个那个 hybrid mattress， 我觉得我的背就比较不会那么的容易酸痛。所以我最近前阵子开始习惯回到仰躺的睡姿，发现我的背整个超级放松的，不会很酸痛。所以呢，我就把那个原本3层的比较厚的枕头，我就把它换成2层。现在变成2层之后，我就习惯仰睡，脖子也就比较不会酸痛。我觉得这个功能还蛮不错的。
But regardless if you want to sleep on your stomach, back or on the side, the hybrid version is like perfect.
And thanks to the 7-zone support, not only does the mattress adapt to the curves, contours and the unique shape of every body, the motion isolation feature also makes sure to hold the structure in place during movement.
Based on my mom's and dad's feedback, it's still super easy to get like in and out of. Another cool thing, and maybe my absolute favorite feature, is this mattress protector, which not only is 100% removable, it's also 100% washable. And thank God, because someone has a tendency of putting hand lotion, foot oil and God knows what all over her body before going to sleep. Sometimes this mattress protector may not be in the cleanest shape, but after just a quick wash in the machine and then just like hang up to dry, it's just as clean as ever. And of course, the actual mattress has never been dirty because of this.
This mattress protector actually also helps increase protection against dust mite allergies with up to 89.3%.
Another thing I have to mention is that my overall sleep quality has literally just skyrocketed through the roof. I'm not sure if I can give Emma all the credit for this, since it is different apartments and this apartment in general is just much more quiet compared to our previous apartment in Guting. But something that I can give Emma credit for is that we also switched out the beds in our Swedish house, and after going back there, spending a few weeks during the summer, I can 100% confirm that I am waking up feeling much more well rested compared to sleeping in the previous, definitely not as good mattresses and beds we had before switching to these Emma mattresses. So regardless if you're a human or a cat, it's really easy to see how Emma has become the most awarded mattress in Europe, with Emma's mattress being the best mattress in 10 different European countries, including Sweden. So please do yourself a favor and try your own Emma mattress by yourself in your own home for up to 100 nights, 100% risk-free. All you have to do is to go and check out their website, and also make sure that you take advantage of both the current Queen's Day promotion, which will literally save you tens of thousands of Taiwanese dollars.
And if you click my link in the description and use my personal coupon code Lukas10, you'll get an additional 10% off on top of that as well.
And then 100 nights later, if you are not 100% satisfied, all you have to do is to contact Emma. They will actually come home to you, to your apartment, to your house for free to pick up the mattress, deliver it back to their warehouse, and then of course give you 100% of your money back. So it is actually a lot less commitment to buy your own Emma mattress compared to moving into a brand new apartment together with your Taiwanese girlfriend. But hopefully neither me or Minthia have any regrets regarding both these commitments. But let's just see if we can actually manage to wake Minthia up and then continue with the rest of the video. So once again, thank you Emma so much for sponsoring this video. What is the next question?
Yeah, it's related with the previous question. 请问会配合对方调整生活习惯吗? Your working hours actually more flexible most of the time.
I think that's the biggest thing that I did not really realize before moving in together. My schedule now is very much based on your schedule.
Yeah, that's very sweet.
So thank you. So if I know that you finish at 5, you're gonna be home at 5:30, I make sure that at 5:30 I can like shoshi and I can like be with you, and I'm done before 5:30. That's like the biggest difference in my life that I did not realize before moving in together.
Yeah, I think I need to give you a little bit credit. Not a little bit. Okay, I will give you a big credit, like because sometimes I'm a yoga instructor, and then my schedule is like I'm more busy during the nighttime when everyone's getting off work. So it's like I will finish your class at 9:30. And then and sometimes I don't have time to eat in between, and then I'll ask him, you want to have dinner at 9:30, and then he was waiting for me until 9:30 and come home and we eat together.
And sometimes she will stay behind talking with her students. She'll be home at like 11 and I'll be sitting here starving.
Yes, yeah. Sorry about that. But
another thing that I thought of now as I just said this, another thing that I didn't really realize before moving in together was how much of a part I would be in your life and like your family. So for example, like if your mom comes here to like stay over and to visit you, she's also visiting me, and she will be like sleeping on the sofa, and I know everything that goes on, not only in your life, but also like your whole family's life. And every time they're in Taipei, they will come and visit and bring us like 5 kilos of fruit, which is amazing. So I'm much more included in your entire family, I feel.
Yeah.
Which I also am very grateful for.
And also, I feel like I want to know what you guys think about 婚前同居 too. I encourage my friend, I encourage people to do that. Because before you get married, if you don't live together, how can you...
That means like living together before you're married.
Yes. So...
Sambo, as we call it in Swedish.
True, but I feel like in my culture, some people might be a little bit against it. I don't know. I want you guys' opinion to tell me how do you think about 婚前同居这件事情。我自己个人是觉得我觉得是还蛮重要的。I think for my parents, because I think they like you and then they trust you too.
You think they like me?
I think so. You have to ask them. I don't know. So it's more like if we live together, I feel 他们会比较放心。My safety, I don't go home alone, and I have someone who lives together, so I might not be in danger. Maybe this is what I think. 妈妈，你有看影片的话，可以下面留言一下。
Yeah, I mean, in Sweden it's like super common. It's like, it's very common to like never get married. Because in Sweden we have this like sambo, which is, it's like still a legal status of like you're a couple that lives together, but you're not married. For example, in Taiwan, there is nothing more. So like I call you like girlfriend, and like I don't feel like that does not make our relationship justice. And because of this, I'm understanding like the importance and the symbolism of marriage, and yeah, I think that's something that I want.
Good. So the second most question people ask is like, 什么时候要结婚生小孩? Good question.
Next question. I mean, nothing planned now. With that said, it's definitely something that I would like to plan. If you want to find out more, please subscribe. And, we may or may not keep you updated as soon as there are any news.
Yeah. 然后你们现在是想说，哦，有没有回答是好像都一样？
Yeah, I mean, okay. So the answer is we're planning, but it's not like there is a plan. Your
mom is now watching this video, and she got asked you so many questions. My mom as well.
Yeah.
Are we gonna move to Sweden?
This is something that we talked about a lot a few years ago. Not so much recently, I feel.
毕竟我们的生活、我们的工作都在台湾。
A lot of people ask me this because they saw Jonas and Charlie moving to Sweden. I think we will let them go and figure it out and see.
Yeah, 我们会再问他们。
Yeah, we're gonna ask Charlie a year from now and see see what she thinks.
The next question is 碗都谁洗?
This guy, believe it or not, with some help from Asku. Yeah, but I have to say though that I do the dishes because she's been doing the cooking.
Yeah.
And she does way more work than I do. I just happen to be the one doing.
对，所以不是你们想那种手在那边刷刷刷的那种洗，不是，他只是把碗放在洗碗机里面，就这样而已。但是是他洗的。平常交谈是英文还是中文？吵架会变不同的语言吗？ In general, we speak English because it's faster. 那吵架会变不同的语言吗？对我来说会。
Yeah, it's the same as like when my mom uses my full name, or when Minthia using my Chinese name. Then you know, like, oh, okay, you're in trouble.
生活在一起最受不了对方哪个习惯
？Other than the paper towels, I think there isn't really like any.
Okay, my answer. Okay, okay.
No, okay. 我要讲。Before you say something, I think like it just the sometimes. So we have a shared Google Calendar, but like I have my own calendar, and then I have our Lukas and Minthia calendar for both of us. She just plans events and then it may or may not include me, and then she will just say like, I'm going to Elan, and then like an hour before, I find out that I'm not going to Elan, she's going by herself. And then next week, I'm going to Elan, and then she was like, oh, well, haven't you packed? We're gonna leave in like 30 minutes. And I'm like, how should I know? But luckily, I have a very flexible schedule, so it hasn't really been a problem, other than I don't really know what's going on most of the days.
No, I checked before I make plan too. I know you don't have anything to do 所以我就会想说一起回去啊。But if you have something to do, 我就会想说好吧，那你就不要去吧，反正没有差。
Yeah. So it's not a big deal, but.
Okay, 换我了吗？我可以讲了吗 ？So one of the thing is you don't put things back. Every time you take something, you don't put it back. Like 80% of the thing. And also, like, you know.
How long is this list?
Sorry. How long is the video gonna be?
Yeah, this is too long.
他可能在 ship 的时候，他会有很多那个 beer on the sink, right? So he will only see 50% of the sink is full of beer, and he will clean it good. But the other half,
I will clean it.
The other half, he just like 好像 blind 一样，都是没有看到。这个要 excuse 哦，你就说 yes 就好，对不起就好了吗？
对不起就好了。Can I add another one?
Oh, sure.
One thing that I also deserve some boyfriend points for is that I am the one who receives every single package we're getting, and you have no idea how many different kind of yoga related things we have to buy
谢谢我的 sponsors.
on a weekly basis, and the deliveries are like always coming at like 9 a.m. 10 a.m. when we're actually still asleep. Yeah.
这叫做分工合作。Sometimes in the morning I hear the doorbell, but I just keep sleeping.
Yeah, and I know she keeps sleeping. I know it's gonna buzz again, so I just have to like, boom, the first thing I do, like 9 a.m., run to the doorbell, open it up, take the whatever package, and then I cannot go back to sleep after that.
如果现在有机会，会想去台湾哪个城市居住呢？
Good question. Before we moved in together, there was talks about maybe if we were gonna leave Taipei, moving to Taichung. Objectively speaking, I wouldn't mind leaving Taipei as much as like in my videos I talk about how amazing Taipei is, and I do think Taipei is amazing. I am definitely 100% okay with living anywhere else in Taiwan.
南投可以吗？
Including even Linko. If I'm just have like a nice apartment is more important to me than where I live. And if I do have, you know, like one restaurant that delivers via Uber Eats or one 7-Eleven within like 5 or maybe even 10 minutes walking distance, I will be more than happy as long as my apartment is good. But because of like, you know, I mostly interview a lot of foreigners, there are a tendency to be more foreigners in Taipei. So there are a lot of benefits of living in Taipei, although the rent is extremely much higher compared to other places.
对彼此心动的触动点 In English it's like
That was a lot of sounds I never heard before.
What is the thing that you fall in love with?
It's not like one like single
很难
thing.
吗？很难讲吗？
No, it's not hard. I just want to say like this. It's not like, oh, I love you because you are this, and that. I think if I would boil it down to like one thing, if you're gonna do like a Minthia Lu Hui, like putting everyone.
卤味，你说卤味？
Yeah, like a Minthia, making like a Minthia Lu Hui. So it's like put everything good, put it all together, and like come up with like one single answer.
Okay.
Which is like boiling everything together. This is not a Taiwanese expression apparently. Something that I knew before, but has been confirmed now. It's not a single day of us being together or living together that I wish I would not be with you.
Aww.
So no matter what it is, it's like every single day, even like we don't have fights, but even like during the worst day of our relationship, I can't even like remember when that would have been. It's not a single day or a single moment where I'm thinking to myself, oh, I wish I was single, or I wish I wouldn't have Minthia today, or I wish that Minthia wouldn't be here. Whatever we do, wherever we are, I want to be with you other than without you.
Aww, so cute.
Yeah, I told you this. I tell you this many times.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I like to hear it all over. For me, it's just more like 你的耐心。耐心，我觉得耐心is something I don't have personally. So I really admire it. For example, when we play games, you know, and like, I don't want to mention this, 太长了. So, no, I mean like...
You don't even have the patience to explain
Yes.
your own reason for why you like me to be patient.
Yeah.
Point proven right there.
哎呦 Yeah. For me, it's more like, 有时候 when you wake up, you just feel frustrating that day. No reason. I think for a girl, we have our hormones, you know, we have periods and
This has happened.
stuff.
I can confirm that this has happened, yes.
Yeah, so PMSing, you know, something like that. It's just like, he knows that I might have a rough week, maybe for work or whatever. And it's just, he would know, and then 他会 be extra nice, you know. And also like, 他会跟我的niece, my Jenny, you know. Yeah, Jenny. 他应该有看影片。对，可能像就会很有耐心的跟我子女玩，然后跟我的家人 interact with my families. I think that is something I think is really nice. 交台湾女友和之前的欧洲女友有什么不同的地方？不同。
Wow.
This is actually a really good question though.
To put this in perspective, I had one Swedish girlfriend when I was 19 for a year, and then I moved to Taiwan. Before I answer this question, I would want to say, in the most diplomatic way possible, the reason for why I love Minthia is because she's not like typical Taiwanese girls.
Oh my god, 你要被很多台湾女生攻击了，是什么意思？解释清楚。
The biggest reason and the first reason that will happen to you is that Taiwanese girls, I'm generalizing, I'm stereotyping, but it's a lot of research. Taiwanese girls will put themselves in the position as future girlfriend, like right away. And I'm sure that Taiwanese guys will do the same. But it's like you kind of like being approached, and it's like the first date, or like even talking about the first date, or just the fact that Taiwanese girls expect like a date or like a first date, whereas in Sweden it's like everyone is friends, everyone is hanging out, you know each other from a friend's friend, or like from the same interest. You know, you have a time to have a hobby, you have time to meet people on like normal circumstances, and then you're friends, and that leads to something else.
Okay.
Whereas in Taiwan it's like, hey, I'm attracted to you, let's go on a date. Like the first time you see each other, you're already like on a formal date. Fall into that more typical like label of a boyfriend or a guy, and the girls are more like, oh, like, please help me carry the bag, and it's like, oh, you took the chair and you put it there, oh, Jaffen, and it's like, oh, you're paying for the bills right away. Whereas in Sweden that would be like, it's almost offensive, because it would be like, oh, let me take care of you. And the girls would be like, what the f***? Like, you think that I cannot take care of myself? Like, you're such a douchebag. How can you disrespect me like that? So that's like the biggest difference. And that's what the reason for why we had a second date, because I feel like you can take care of yourself. And you are more like westernized than other people. And I think it's now time for the last and final question.
你会永居台湾吗？
My answer would be no, without having any plans at all to ever leaving Taiwan. That may not really make sense.
对，我也听不懂。
But yeah, I mean, myself don't 听不懂, you know, because it's like, if you ask me, will you live, like, will I die in Taiwan? Like, no, I don't want to like retire in Taiwan. I don't want to like spend my last days of my life in Taiwan. I'm picturing myself retiring at my parents' home in Sweden.
Okay.
If you ask me now. But I also understand like it's not maybe the most realistic thing that might happen. But now I see myself retired in Sweden.
I'm not against to move to Sweden one day. If we have children in the future, I think maybe that the kid go to Swedish school might be a little bit better idea. Yeah, and also 瑞典的教育是不用钱的。
Yeah, and you know, even if we do end up moving to Sweden,
Yeah.
let's say we would have a kid who will then go through the Swedish education system. Maybe he or her will then have an exchange semester abroad back in Taiwan, and then we'll just find ourselves doing a whole loop and be back here again before you know it. We haven't started another fight yet, so I think this went well better than expected.
If you miss anything, you can leave a comment. I will definitely answer every question under this video.
Yes.
Promise.
And I will make sure that she answers it correctly as well. So I will make sure to at least read all the comments. But yeah, if you have any more questions, please do leave them down below. And if you haven't already, please also subscribe to our channel. And if you do want to get your own Taiwan #1 coffee cup, please also click the link down below. And if you want to support in any other way, you have super thanks. And you can also, of course, join the YouTube channel membership to support me even more here in Taiwan. Thank you all so much for watching. My name is Lucas. Starts with L as in like, ends with S as in subscribe. Please do both, and see you all
in the next one. Do you blink?
Of course I blink.
I don't know if it's
always blink. The sound effects is in the video, you know. There's no sound effects when I actually blink.
I know, but I didn't know if we match the time.
Of course we match.